Yeah. Vanglorious Vanguard.
Knowledge born.
Yeah.
United Front.
Tell it.
What you want.
To the Knowledge Radio.
We in here. What you got? Dot.
Work hard as a slave to one day be your savior. The wave unwavering. This is a labor of love. Rise with a purpose every day. Invigorated. If we were on TV, we'd be 10 times syndicated. If we waited for validation, a paycheck or accolades, we'd be starved, already lost or ran away. But when you're square, solid, and your circle too, you don't need a place for silence. The concept is conquered through media, not areas of people activity. A mix that don't lose ethnicity, tightness that don't lose elasticity. Explicitly, this isn't where we give the novice regard. Nah, this is where knowledge is born. Last time that I checked, I'm undefeated. Deliver edicts, can't resist when the gods build and manifest freedom. When lines get crossed, they may push a loss, cause they get handed a check. We kick a can and cancel your cancerous gestures. A prophet vision, precision, the prescription for the sickness is to inoculate your fate with the winning. Arrogant beginnings turn to humble endings. And US with KBA is a win-win. 1K.
All right, we live. Peace and Black Power family. Welcome to another episode of Knowledge Radio. Place where knowledge is born. This is your host, Knowledge Born Alive. And I got my brother in the building. I got a comrade in the building. Let me just let y'all see this real quick. I'm going to show y'all what commitment look like, what redemption looks like, what proof that God is real. I just want y'all to know that. My brother is a motivator. He's a father. He's a husband. He's a veteran. He's a coach. He's a mentor. He's a community activist. There's so many things that's wrapped up in this. You know, he definitely got that Superman sign for real. Like that's real. That's real life. You understand what I'm saying? So the embodiment of service, of dedication, and of helping people realize their dreams, their goals, and their ambitions, and bringing the best out of people. So we bring on this Black veteran for this Black Veteran Spotlight series, man. My brother, my cousin, Tommie Sykes in the building, CEO of Slim Body Fitness, man. Welcome to.
Appreciate you, Knowledge. Appreciate you, man. It's a blessing to be here today. How's it going, folks?
How you feeling?
Yeah, we're coming all the way from Chatsworth, California. You know, served many years in the military with my boy, and just here to let you guys know that anything can happen. Anything can happen. God is real, and I just appreciate my brother Knowledge. He's been there with me since day one. We've been through a lot together, through thick, thin. Been through a whole lot. The zoo, throughout. He was out there when my baby was born. He's like a godfather to my son. What's up, man?
Shout out to little Tommie, man. Shout out to little Tommie. Yo, we got some crazy history. You see what I'm saying? Like, you know, we were talking yesterday, and just to think back 20 years ago, you know, we go back 20 years, and all of the trials, the tribulations, the growth, the development, you know, the wins, the losses, everything. You see what I'm saying? We've been there through it all. And, you know, you and Paloma and the fam, like fam for real life. So I guess for you, let's kind of go through the fitness, you know, journey. Like, where does the military and the fitness journey meet for you?
So The fitness in the military journey, I mean, it starts all the way back in LA on Corning, you know, with my dad and my brothers. You know, I always felt like we always felt like we were soldiers, you know. Might have been street soldiers, but we were soldiers. So when I got my business, I just implemented everything that I got from the military and growing up in LA, you know, and I implemented that in my business with the knowledge that I got from the books, you know, and that is Slim Body, you know, Sykes Boys Fitness. You know, my journey in the military, I remember when I was out in Turkey, I was out there and who was it? I think it was Wiggins. I was with Wiggins, and they were like, "We need to work out. We ain't working out," because it was a couple months they didn't allow us to work out. And throughout the barracks, I mean, you know, the airport. Actually, we was in the airport, abandoned airport. We was out there working out. Like I had people doing exactly what I'm doing here today. That's what we were doing in Ogazeli, Turkey. So it's just something that's always been inside of me. You know, I remember growing up, me and my brothers, we would be running down the street, hopping fences, you know, and it's just, we're not hopping fences now, but we hopping them in a different way now. But I just took everything that I learned from the military and the leadership that my mom and dad and my brothers instilled in me, and I brought it here to Slim Body Fitness.
So 20 years ago, you came into the military. You know, what was that like for you? You know, leaving where you from, and you know, kind of like that soldierization process. You know, for you.
For me personally, going into the military, you know, I watched Full Metal Jacket growing up, so that's what I was expecting. You know, but when I got there, I realized that I probably already been through boot camp just growing up in my regular life, just growing up in LA. So the military, for me, it wasn't that difficult. The most difficult part about it was just being away from home, I would say, you know, because that was the first time I had ever been away from home. But with that being said, I was built for that because when I was younger, my brothers and my sister, they were gone at an early age. They left. So I was already kind of, I guess I was prepared, but being away from my mom and like my little cousins, Ebony and AJ, that was a bit difficult because that was my life. And then my little nieces, I used to help take care of them all the time. So just being away from the people, but the actual experience itself, me personally, boot camp and person who hollering all in my face and all that stuff, I just, I wasn't scared. I wasn't intimidated by it, and I didn't let it mess with me mentally. I stayed strong throughout it. It made me stronger actually, because I would see like you don't have to talk to somebody in order to build them up, you know. But that is the mindset that the military, that's what they preach on, and that's what they make you want to think. Like you gotta talk somebody in order to build up their character, and that's not true. So for me, basic training, you know, like I said, being away from the house, that was the most difficult part about it. You know, I met some great people in there. I was strong. It helped me. I was skinny, so it helped me gain weight. I tell you that. It helped me gain weight. It helped me build character. I seen people from the South, from the East Coast, and then how they looked up to me because I was from the West Coast. So it was like everybody wants to be cool with the guy from the West Coast. And so I took that and put it on my collar and ran with it, you know?
So you went to Fort Benning or you went to Jackson?
Yeah, I was the last of Fort Benning.
Okay.
So no. I was the first. I think I was the first class at Fort Benning when they started doing like the supply. So I was Sand Hill, all that. I did that.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's
real training. It wasn't none of that soft stuff.
Yeah, that's the home of the infantry, man. You was out there. You went through 30th AG. 30th AG was like an eye opener. You know what I'm saying? You go through that spot right there. You already know. You know what was going on.
What I wanted to do, I wanted to take my drill sergeant and take him to LA and see how they would have handled that.
Yeah, that was my stomping grounds right there.
No, Fort Benning was real. They knew what they was doing there. I had Drill Sergeant White and Drill Sergeant Rice. I still remember those guys. They was tough. Yeah, I learned a lot from them. They were characters, but they were real men. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, as a drill sergeant, you gotta play a role.
Right.
You know, and you know they teach you discipline. The good thing about me, I already had the foundation of the discipline instilled in me. So I went to the military to use it as a stepping stone, and I had the mindset going in there. I went in there exactly what I was going to do. That's what I did. Like I didn't go in the military thinking I was going to stay in there for 20, 30 years, anything like that. I use it as a stepping stone. I need to clear my mind. I need to be away from the valley in LA.
Yeah, that was definitely it. I remember, you know, like even little small stuff like getting the credit together for the first house and all of that. You see what I'm saying? Like you was one, you know, that sets yourself apart from a lot of people that was there because, you know, they had a mission for you, but you had a mission also. You see what I'm saying?
Correct.
So, you know, there's no gaps in regards to, or I mean, I would more say surprises in what you're doing because you was always doing it. You see what I'm saying? You was always doing it. You was always there, you know, trying to motivate people and get people in the right kind of mind frame, you know, pushing people past their, you know, limitations. You see what I'm saying? So whether it was at work or it was on the road march training, you see what I'm saying?
Right.
Going through choose a snare and not making it. All of these other things, anything to excel, to stand apart, and to raise the standard, you know, you kind of, you know, walked in it. You see what I'm saying? Like, you did a lot better than I did, you know, with that.
It wasn't an easy walk the entire time, man. You know, I had my hiccups. I made my mistakes. I grew from them, and I appreciate that God allowed me to grow from the mistakes that I made because I made some mistakes that could have definitely ended my life, you know, and put me in a whole different ballpark. And I took chances that, you know, but God didn't want that path for me for whatever reason. And, you know, I always felt a need to raise the bar or set the standard. Like when I was growing up, my Pop Warner years playing football, it goes back to then. I was a little guy, you know, I was not always the starter. But then I knew in my heart that I knew I was better than certain people. But, you know, now as a coach, I see why they allowed me to sit back and play my role because those same people who were the starters and the ballers, like it came to a different situation when it got to high school and when I grew it. And then, you know, everybody has their time of growth. So, you know, I appreciate, you know, all the teachers that I had in my life. But one thing that I always wanted to do, I always wanted to be a leader, you know. So, you know, once I became got in high school, start being the team captain, and then, you know, when I went to the military, I was a student first sergeant. I was in charge of 200 soldiers, you know, and I was marching 200 soldiers, high cadence, losing my voice and everything in the freezing cold. But hey, I did it. And then once I was there, I went to Germany and I wanted to play my role, but I didn't want to be that average soldier. I wanted to, you know, just excel in whatever I did. So before they even let me have my regular job, they made me the commander's driver. And that's not even what I signed up to do. But I guess that's the job that everybody wanted. And I didn't even know that. So, you know, I just always like to set a high standard, you know.
So 3 takeaways from the military, from your military service, that you can share with us.
Oh, you gotta have patience. From the military, what I take, it taught me how to have patience, and it taught me how to be more on point with my leadership skills, and it taught me accountability. So I would say learning patience and accountability, and how to, you know, just be more on point with my leadership skills.
All right, so let's talk about the transition. You know, how did you prepare yourself to leave the military What's some things you could share, like some lessons you learned, or some things you wish somebody would have told you, getting prepared to lead?
Being prepared to leave, I will definitely, like you said, mentioning that credit part. Like, I wish somebody would have dropped knowledge on me and letting me know that this is, how you boost your credit score, and these are what the numbers mean. Hold on, I gotta move so this light come back on. 1 second. Basically, on the different parts, the three things about the credit that you got to know, like that is different systems and how you got to average out your points. So there's certain techniques and ways that you can boost your credit score up. And the reason why you want to have a good credit score is because when you get out of the military, you don't want to have to go back, to your mom's house or to your brother's house or to your auntie house. So I think that, like, for me, I wish somebody would have, taught me how to keep my credit right, and just like how to go to like the veterans assist place. Like, so I did, like, up until about 8 years ago, the VA, I didn't even know that I can go get my VA. I can go get ID. I have all these benefits that I'm barely finding out about. Nobody told me about anything like that. But now, like, recently, my sister, she's a veteran, and so she dropped some knowledge on me, and she told me about some things. And then, I have a lot more resources now. At the time, the resources that I had were limited, or at least I thought they were, and I didn't use them. I just basically what you gotta do to prepare. You gotta prepare yourself. You gotta do research on where you're gonna go live. Your like the neighborhood, the demographics. I mean, you gotta the job market. But for my unique situation, what I already had in my mind, like, I knew I had it where I was gonna go get me a house. So at the age of, I think I was like 23, I bought me a house. Because my brothers were in a situation where they took care of things for me, not necessarily let me know exactly what was going on as far as how to drop numbers and all of that, but they took care of things for me, so I didn't have to stress over it. At the time, they knew that I had a goal to go and play college football, and I wasn't listening to anything else. It was just like, hey, here goes my FICO score, hook me up, stuff like that. Like, take care of it. I really didn't want to hear too much of the information because of the supporting cast that I had around me. But me personally, what I did, like, I knew I wanted to go and ball in college. So every morning I would wake up at like 3:30, and then I'll go and I'll work out before formation. Before I would go do all my ladder work. I would run with my a lot of people remember me running out in the backyard in Spinelli Barracks with my parachute. Like, I knew I was slow, so I was trying to get faster. So I was preparing myself to do that, and then mentally preparing myself just to transition back to life in America. So I started taking classes in the military. You can take a lot of classes. So I was taking college courses so I could keep my mind sharp. Because when you fall away from school for a while, you stop taking courses, when that first year is going to be a struggle. So for me, I knew that I wasn't all the way focused before I went in on school. So to prepare myself to get back into school, I started taking courses online and stuff like that. That, yourself, you told me about the courses, and, Sergeant Soroka, people like that were hooking me up. I was online Maryland. I was going to Maryland University online, doing my thing. You remember that?
Hell yeah, Maryland. Yeah, Maryland and Central Texas. That was like the only two schools they had back in the day. Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah. So after the military, you transitioned from the military in what year?
2004.
04, right in the middle of everything going on. Yeah. So yeah, there wasn't no services or things like that was available. These was like lessons learned after. So like 2004, maybe around 2006 they had started that, TAP program or something like that, ACAP, things like that, with new programs and things like that. So yeah, you was like 2 years behind that. They ain't know what to do with nobody.
No, they
Everybody was just from war. It was just all war, 100%.
That's
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, shut up and go grab that gun. They was mad at me because I got out. They was mad at me because I was getting out.
Yeah, you was one of the few people that actually got a chance to get out. They weren't letting a lot of people out. Stop loss, stop movement.
I got stop loss.
Mm.
They made me stay in extra like 5 months.
Yeah.
And not like so I got ready. They were preparing me to go to Iraq, and then I ended up, writing my congressman. I wrote the president, got a letter back from the White House, I wrote the Congress people. I did, you told me what to do. You and Sergeant Diaz. And I did it, and next thing you know, they sent me my orders, and like 2 days before we ended up shipping out, I ended up getting out. I mean, I was gonna do what I had to do when I went, you know what I'm saying? But it just that life wasn't for me. I mean, I'm glad of all my brothers and sisters who end up standing up in there and doing their thing, but to each their own.
It's been real. It's been fun.
That's real talk right there, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I love my country, but like how we were talking last night, and like a lot of people don't realize is that you were saying how America is at war with their own soldiers. We over here, we fighting for the freedom of America and everybody to have all these rights, and then you get out and you have nowhere to go. And the people looking at you like you crazy. They be like, "Oh, Tommie made it. Why don't you make it?" Like, no, it don't work like that. Not everybody's wrapped the same way. And then you got, like you said, like you got these people who are giving you therapy, and they never been in the military. They don't even understand. Right. It's a different language, So I just think that our government has failed us, and when it comes to the military men and women, especially being a military man, a brother, like a black man or black sister, like, it's a little bit more difficult out here for us. And it is what it is. And, hopefully, we've come a long way. I'm just thankful that I had resources and I used them. And I just hope everybody else can reach out to resources now. Like you said, we grew. They learned. That was a learning lesson. We learned.
So next was Colorado, right?
Yeah. Well, I was in LA for a minute. I was in LA for like 2 years, and my goal was to get up out of it. Yeah. But right after LA was Colorado. Yeah, represent my team right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mountaineers.
So he's up there in Colorado making history. Again. So what was that experience like after, you came to the military, not at the age that, some people come to the military, they come 17, 18 years old, you came at 20, you did your time, you transitioned, you was in LA, and now you're going to play college ball. Where's your mindset at now? Like, what were you able to share with the people while you were there versus somebody just coming in like a regular freshman around the same age you were going to the military, 18, 19 years old, going into college, first time away from home and all of that. How are you able to help people in that regard?
Man, I was just telling them to keep their mind in their books, and to accept change, because, you got a lot of people going. We went to a town that only had about 6,000 people in population. So it was just a straight college town. So, me and Paloma, we already had 2 kids at the time. We were like the parents. So all of the freshmen and even the transfers, they would come to our house every Saturday and Sunday, and we would make food for them. and we will take them. You know, we would go to the river or to the lake, and just do like make them still feel like they had a family to stay connected. So, but my suggestion for the youngsters was to keep their mind on them books and not on them women, because and I know, I mean, that's not hard to come by, and a lot of kids fail to realize that. And so you go around chasing women instead of chasing your dreams, and you get drifted, and your mind goes somewhere else. And so that's what I was just trying to let them know, and just give it your all. Like now, like a lot of times when you go when you go to the college, living that young life, people over there, everybody want to smoke and drink, and they're all underage, and you doing that, and then your performance is not the same. So I would always tell them, like, look, during the season, like I literally would like sit down with them, like, look, during the season, ain't no partying, like ain't no smoking, ain't no drinking, because I was a captain. So I was talking to them like, look, I'm serious, like look me in my eyes, we're not doing that. After the season, y'all do that, because if you want to perform at a high level, and you want your people, you want your coaches and your fans to respect you, then you can't be doing all of that. So that was my thing. I was just trying to teach these kids to keep their head in the books and just try to get better and better on the field. Because I mentioned, I play football out there. Play football.
So you were still in the military on the level, right there.
I was still in the military. I was still in the military, definitely. Yeah.
It wasn't the barracks no more. It was the dorms. You see what I'm saying? So you're dealing with the same kind of young people and young minds that's very young and impressionable, and easily burnt. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Out there, trying to figure themselves out, trying to figure life out, but they know everything. Can't nobody tell them nothing. And somebody told them that they were special. They gave them a full ride to go to school somewhere. You see, so they ain't have to work to get there. But they worked, but they didn't have to, it wasn't really on them. You see what I'm saying? It was somebody taking advantage of their talent or their skill. So yeah, that was deep.
Yeah, so I was definitely on that. I mean, there was times I remember not in Colorado, but when I was in LA at junior college, because at the first year I had to play junior college to get my scholarship. I was pretty military minded at the time. I would go to the game. Before the game, I would wear my bulletproof vest, like to let them know we about to go to war. And like it was on. You know what I'm saying? I'm not out here to make friends or anything else. It's about business, and let's go. And let's handle business. I mean, even though I do have some, I did have some great friends and majorly respected behind that. And I just sometimes you gotta, even though I'm a very nice guy, but sometimes you gotta snap. You gotta like mentally take your mind to a different place, and for certain situations to let people know you're not playing no more. It's like when somebody's joking and laughing, like how you used to do back in the day. Like that ain't funny. Like you can't joke with me like that. It's certain people that only can joke with you like that. Like right now we here, this is about business, and so like I do that sometimes here inside this facility because they want to he like no, we here to get in shape. Let's go. And so they're like, dang, Paloma didn't hug him last night. Nah. So like, what's wrong? I thought Tommie was so nice. No, I mean, you come in here. How you're not paying a nice guy just to have you looking fluffy. You want the nice guy to make you look fit and be healthy and feel good inside. And sometimes you got to get militant in order for that to happen. And so now I see like why the drill sergeants do that. But for me, they didn't have to do that for me. But I see why they do it for certain people. Just you gotta flip that switch. So is it time to turn it on, and is it time to turn it off? And once we all learn that, I think the world would be a way better place, because we play games too much with each other, and people get too comfortable as well. So once you start getting comfortable, then you stop getting results and you stop moving forward.
So where in the track does Slim Body Fitness come into play? Did it start in Colorado or did it start after Colorado?
It started after Colorado. Yeah, somebody. Yeah. I mean, my brothers have always, always taught me how to be fit and stay healthy. And it's something that my dad too, like growing up, being fit, staying active. My older brother, he had him and his best friend Eric. They were trainers, and so they would always let me go inside the gym for free and take their classes and do my own workout and stuff like that. And so they stayed training in the training business. And then, like I said, everything that I did, I always went back to fitness. So my thing when I was in Colorado, I was mentoring kids. And when I would be mentoring these kids, I would take them to the football field to have them run laps. And it had nothing to do with what I was told to do by the teacher or whoever, the person I was working for. But so it always, fitness always came back to it because I believe that it does something for you mentally. It makes you stronger, and I believe, they have stats on there about that. So Slim Body is Sykes boys. Me and my brother, we a few years after I got out of, probably not a few years, but I think it was probably like the same year that I graduated college, we sat down and we came up with the plan and we said, this is what we got to do. And what we had to do was we had to get a group of people, get them healthy, and then get another group of people and get them healthy. And then we're going to open one business, let it grow, and then open another business, and then let it grow. And then in the midst of all that, things happened where we were just so he was in one area and I was in one area. So we ended up having to do our own thing. But we were still doing the same thing, which is training people, but it's just a different group of people. So we were like, all right, what are we going to be? SB Fitness. It was Sykes Boy Fitness, but we were like, nah, that's Sykes Boy means something to me. It means something to you. It means something to like our friends and family, but to the general public, that's not catchy. So we just said Slim Body. And so Slim Body, we were going to do Slim Body. My brother did Slim Body Boot Camp, in which he was just going to focus on boot camp only. And then I had this one fitness business. It was called Valley's Affordable Fitness. And then I talked to a Jewish guy. He said, if you name anything affordable, you're not gonna make no money. So I ended up going to change it Slim Body Fitness because under Slim Body Fitness, I felt that you can just branch off so many things under that. So you can have Slim Body Women, Slim Body Boot Camp, Slim Body Youth, Slim Body Sports. And so that's why I went with the Slim Body Fitness. And my brother, he continued to grow Slim Body Boot Camp and focused on boot camps alone. So even though I was just doing boot camps, I started training kids because all of the parents that I got, they all had kids and they wanted their kids to be around me because I was young and I had kids. So they want their kids. And my son and my daughter have always been athletic, positive kids. And so obviously you want your kids to be around positive people. And so I ended up just training families. And then it just continuously grew off of that. And just basically, it just became a word of mouth business. And, here and there, we put money into marketing, but it's just one of those word of mouth things. And now we've been able to use different platforms to grow a little bit larger and, reach out to more people.
And make some history along the way,
Yes, sir.
Make some history, make some impact along the way. I want to get into the community work, but before I do, I know that there were some notable people that you trained. Can you share a few of those people that you had the opportunity to work with, and what was that experience like for you?
Yeah, so I was at my buddy's gym a few years ago. It was called Muscle by Russell. And when I was there, he had other trainers that were at the facility, and when you're inside this box, people's eyes just wonder. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could be training with me, but you might be looking at, oh, Victor made that dude do like a kettlebell swing, like, wow, and he was talking to him while he did it. So a client gets in tune and start listening to other trainers and start wondering. So what happened was, Said the Entertainer is one of my clients that I trained in the past. He's just a friend now, and I train his family. But he's well known for barbershop and what's that, Madagascar, and I think he has a show on TV right now. It's called The Neighborhood. He's done 1,000 other things. He just actually, him and his wife just got a Boys and Girls Club out here in Oxnard named after them, because they do a lot of community service. But anyway, his wife, she found out that I had ended up opening my own facility. So she had been reaching out to different people who she thought knew me without telling her trainer, like, how do I get in contact with Tommie? And one of my friends ended up telling her, this is his number. And I guess she tried calling me, but for whatever reason, I might have been in the session and I didn't answer. And then a few days later, I was walking in Ralph's and I saw her in the cashier's at the register. She was buying her groceries, and then she's like, oh my gosh, I've been looking for you. I've been trying to get your number. I called you. And then she said, my husband, he needs to start training. And it didn't dawn on me at the time that, I was going to be training Said the Entertainer. But he ended up hitting me up and was like, hey, Tom, it was actually, it was Christmas Eve of I think it was like 6-7 years ago. He hit me up. He came to one of the facilities that I was training out of, right around the corner from where I'm currently at. And then from there, we bonded, and then he became my client. It was a great experience because he listened. You know what I'm saying? He's a producer, he's a director, and he listened to everything that I was telling him to do. And so he was dropping weight, and he was feeling better about himself. And he's allowed me to do some first class private events that I hadn't done at that time before. So he would take me, just me, him, and his wife, like me, him, Paloma. He'll pick us up. Well, actually, we wouldn't pick us up, but we'll go to his house and hop in a limo bus and then go to like one of his private BET events where, I'm backstage with all these people that I grew up watching and stuff. And, it's a cool experience going to his TV shows and stuff like that. And but more for me than all of that, throughout the years, just the friendship that I've developed with him and his friends, and just, we family. Like right now, I can call him right now and he'll I can be like, hey, hop on and check me out. I'm on Knowledge Radio. Like, he's that type of guy. So that I've been able to train Said the Entertainer. And then that same lady who his wife was trying to contact me through, her name is, shout out to Adriana, my homegirl. She introduced me to Derek Fisher. And growing up, when I was in Germany, I was a diehard Laker fan, man. It's like crazy. I was geared up from foot to toe. I had the yellow shoes, the jacket, the hat. I was LA all the way. And D Fish was one of the guys that that I enjoyed watching. And I trained Derek Fisher a few times. Great experience. Again, humble guy, down to earth. Now that I see him through passing, he'll be like, hey, what's up? And actually, like a year ago, my brother-in-law saw him at an event, and he started talking to him. And he was like, Tommie's my brother. And so they chopped it up. And, yeah, he's good times, good people. Who else? I ended up meeting, like, John Sally through one of Said the Entertainer's parties. He came to my grand opening. He invited me to a couple things that he's done, and he wants to like hook up with some like military / fitness thing that a TV show that he was trying to put together. So, I mean, it's always a lot of hoopla and a lot of talk, but when it comes to like the friendship side, that has been a great experience. Like as far as anything else, it's getting starstruck and all of that stuff. That never happened. It's just been a great experience being able to, surround myself around successful people. And, so I learned a little bit from everybody. So those are a couple of the notable people. And then I've had encounters with other people just here and there, and people from like Grey's Anatomy and things like that who are not super famous, that people will know their names, but people who make those shows go around. And throughout the years, my boy Russ Miller, he was Gwen Stefani's drummer, and he's one of the like world famous drummer. He's a cool guy. Another guy who became family. He saw that my son was doing great in school and football. So out of nowhere, he called me up and was like, "Hey, Tommie, does little Tommie want a car?" And I was like, "He don't even have his license yet." He's like, "Well, don't worry, I'm gonna donate it to him." And he just gave Tommie a car. Like, so things like those are the type of experience. But more than that, like on like Christmas and New Year's, Russ, his wife, or on a birthday, his wife can sing really good. She'll call us up out of nowhere and sing happy birthday to us. Or like if she's just having like a family gathering, they'll call us over, and like just building relationships. And he actually has a platform where he does school online where he wants a Slim Body to be a part of. And I'm a part of one of his segments on there. So I'm the fitness trainer for drummers that follow him. So pretty great experience. Like I said, I was fortunate enough to use my resources, and it's been a good ride so far.
Paloma said that this is the real title. It's not Slim Body. That's the real, correct.
We did. Me and my brother did want to name his Sexy Body at one point, but we didn't need all the Chatsworth porn stars coming to try to train with us.
So let's talk about community outreach, for a second. I know you've been doing a lot over the years, in the community, making them community connections on so many levels. I've seen a lot of the people that you helped, along the way. So, what kind of got you started in the community, setting, and, what's some experiences you can share with us about the Slim Body community activism?
Well, once again, like I said, it all goes back to being the Sykes boys. Sykes boys. That's just what we do. We always been out in the community. When we were younger, my dad he set the tone. He set the bar. He had a motorcycle, and everybody, back then in the mid '80s, early '80s, you had a motorcycle. You was the man in the hood. So. My father would give me and all my brothers a ride on the motorcycle. Then his charity work, what he would do, one of the things, he would let the kids hop on his bike, take them around the block, and treat them just like as if he was their dad. And then we would go grocery shopping. And my parents, it was 5 kids and 2 adults. Plus my uncles would always come and live at the house sometimes as well, and our aunties will come and live with us. So it ended up being like 8 people at the house. You know how it is, man. So pops and moms, we would get 2 or 3 grocery carts full of food, and then always got the honey buns. So we would go get the groceries out of the car, and then our friends. We'll grab the groceries, take them in the house, and then our parents, it was either our parents or us that would give them the honey bun for helping. Having a honey bun back in the day, it was kind of hard to come by. You know what I'm saying? That was hard to come by. So Pops would do that, and then he would, take everybody he had a pickup truck. He would take us everybody to the movies or to the drive-ins. And my brothers and sister, they were able to do a little bit more than I was able to do, but I just saw it all happen because I was younger, so I was that little brother, the little pest that sometimes would just stay at the house with mom or just stay at the house or whatever. But my dad, he started that. So like he's always been out like helping. And then one of the jobs that he had was he used to help people with like a mental illness. He would drive buses, you know. So even though he was just a bus driver, like, you know, he had a heart for these people. And so it's just more than just a job. And so the way what happened, I saw that growing up, and I interpreted. Billy, what's up, Billy? I got him down. You did it yourself, Billy. I was just a vessel, man. That's my brother-in-law. So what? I wanted to be like how my dad was. I wanted to show my son and my daughter that, hey, helping people was a good thing, right? So a few years ago, me and my brother, we decided we were going to have a challenge. We challenged each other. Unorthodox. It ain't never been done. No. And I still don't even think it's been done to this day. So we challenged each other. He took his group of people that he had. I took my group of people that I had. When I say group of people, I mean our members. And we said, we're going to see who can raise the most money and whoever can be the physically most fit, you know, group. So what we did was we raised about $3,000. And so how it worked is if my people raise more money, then I get to take all the money you raise and donate it to an organization that I want to donate it to. And so we ended up raising probably like somewhere around $3,000 or so, and we gave it to the Children's Hospital of Los Angeles. And at the time, I knew somebody who was like a board member, a director, and it's very hard to get inside that hospital and actually be with patients and stuff. You have to go through all of these signatures and medical clearances and all of that. But fortunately, I didn't have to. I sat down with like the major people at that hospital, the people who ran the hospital, and, you know, I let them know about Slim Body and that we want to be donors and donate. And then they gave me a walkthrough, sat with one of the little kids. I was going through an issue. And yeah, that was very, very touching. And then a few years later, one of my friends who's a trainer, he mentioned to me that his mom was in a very bad situation and she needed help financially with her medical expenses. Recently, rest in peace, Mrs. White. She just passed away like 2 weeks ago. But Jeremy, he's a trainer, and so he didn't reach out to me directly. He just mentioned that his mom had a situation. So what I did was I went to my brother once again, and I said, let's do a community event and help raise money for Jeremy's mom. And normally, if you're familiar with nonprofit organizations, I have friends with a lot of them. So they always telling me like, Tommie, you need to open one. A nonprofit, if you get 50% from a nonprofit organization, you're doing pretty good. You know, Susan Coleman and all that, I respect. I help people, but she only giving about 25% to an actual person, if that. But so what we do with our Slim Body nonprofit, we give 100% of the proceeds to that person because we know that they need it. So we don't do no $25 promotion here, $25 there. No, we're not spending no promotion money. We doing all word of mouth. We only want genuine people around us helping us. So what we did was we got 100 people. Still to this day, I don't even think this has been done here in the Valley. We got 100 people together, and we got like 12 trainers together. Trainers, if you know the sidetrack, trainers have the biggest egos ever. All right. It's so hard for a trainer to work with another trainer. All right. It's difficult. It's difficult. Like, but for me in my situation, what I learned over the years, we have, I don't know, the number count don't even matter. No, we got trillions of people out here. If I'm not available for you, I'm going to let my buddy train you. My same buddy might not feel that same way about me. It's all good. I don't judge you. But that's how confident I am as a human being. That's the type of confidence that my wife, my kids, my mom, and my brothers gave me. I respect my clients. I'm going to put you in good hands. But if I go on vacation, best believe you're not going on vacation. You're going to continue to train, right? So I ain't tripping. Ego to the side. I am not. I'm good. I learned over the years. So what me and my brother did, we got a whole lot of trainers together, which was a little bit difficult because they always want to know why you doing this. Like they think it's an angle because normally it's always an angle at something. But we got all these trainers together and we gave them different assignments. All right, you're gonna be when they come here, we blow the whistle. This is a squat station. Next station, you go over here. They're gonna do abdominal knee tucks or whatever it was. So we had a circuit of trainers that did not know each other. They're from all different realms. So normally trainers are inside the same gym. It's hard for them to get along, but just people from different realms, it's hard for them. So we got all of our, and I even convinced them, me and my brother convinced them to bring all their clients. So we had somewhere near 100 people. And then that day we raised somewhere like, another $2,000 or $3,000, and we gave it to Jeremy, and he sent it over to his brother, and they were able to help his mom out in the hospital and help pay for her medical expenses. And so the things that we do, and amongst that, we've done tons of toy drives. Like every year, we do toy drives. My brother, he started out doing toy drives, I think, like 10 years ago, and then I just piggybacked off of that. Every time my uncle, it started with we had an uncle named Ray. He used to do parties at his house. He would invite a lot of celebrities over to his house, and every celebrity had to bring a toy. So we use that knowledge that we gathered from him, my father, and my mom, and we just put it together as Slim Body. And then like one time I seen this girl on Facebook. She was one of my friends. My friend's friend, she had what does she have? Lyme disease. So she had Lyme disease. Lyme disease is not covered by any insurance company. So she was like, my friend is struggling. She needs care. She needs to go to Idaho, and it's going to cost X amount of dollars. I don't even know this lady at all. I just knew my friend. And the way that my friend was pouring out, certain things, I scroll a lot on the internet, certain things catch my attention and I share it or it touches me. So we reached out to this lady named Rory. She's doing all right today. She was a teacher here locally. And it happens to be that a lot of people who knew her knew me. And then I did a 5K. That 5K raised $13,000. Cash. It was a Slim Body 5K. It was nothing. All I did was piggybacked off of what the LA Marathon does, and I got some gold medals from this place down the street, the trophy store, and then we went to Home Depot, got some ribbon. We didn't put 1,000 posters up anywhere. We just told our people. We had about a little bit over 100 people participate in that 5K. We had like a bake sale and things like that. And then we were fortunate enough to raise money, and I went to her house, sat down with her and her husband and her kid, gave her a check. And, we keep in contact here and there, but, she was able to fly out to her situation and get some stem cell treatment. And yeah, man. So for me, the community, it means a lot. It means a lot. And recently I teamed up with my boy Daniel Terry. He owns Formula for Speed, and Foes Up Academy. It's a nonprofit. And we were able, on Thanksgiving, we fed over 100 families. And we always do this. We reach out to our people, our network. Our network of people, we also take money out of our bank accounts and use it. But our network of people, our members, they are so supportive. So whenever whether it's $1 or a share or a like or whatever it is, they support what we do. And I have tons of clients who don't always participate in my fundraisers or events, but they're always doing something to help other people. So I think the energy that has been surrounded with me are like around people who like to help. And so I've been fortunate enough to be around people like that. And then the other day, this young lady came here, and when she was dropping off toys, Giselle, she was like, Tommie, the things that you guys do, you guys, even though like we're not thinking it, you make us want to be more giving. And so that right there is a positive cancer, because you know how it's negative cancers that take people down. This is a positive cancer that builds people up, and it always goes back, like I said, to my mom and my dad, you know, and living in LA, and my Uncle Ray, you know, my brother, you know, and my brother Delon, he'll go to downtown LA and he'll buy like $200 worth of Big Macs and just go to downtown, and don't nobody want to be in downtown LA right now. It's scary, but you know, he ain't scared of nothing. He'll go out there and he'll just pass out, bam, you know, he do it. And like my brother Sharon, the other day, he took his shoes off. He was driving down the street, took his shoes off, stopped his car and handed it to a guy who was walking barefoot. That it's just something within us. I don't know. It might be ancestral from our ancestors, possibly, like for us to do stuff like that. My sister Dominique, she's out there doing, you know, on the East Coast or South. She's doing her thing out there in South Carolina, always doing fundraisers and teaching and being a mom to people. And, you know, it's just something my family always liked doing, you know, and that's Slim Body. And fortunately, my son and my daughter, my son Tommie and my daughter Milan, they are always looking to help other people as well. And so that was the whole point of my personal thing, as well as my wife. Like, you know, Paloma is always looking to try to help somebody. And, you know, the community means a lot to us, because if we have a good community to live in, that means our offspring is going to have a great community to live in, you know? And so we want to be a part of the good.
That's definitely real. So the last thing I want to talk about is travel and also balance and self-care. Because, you know, you mentioned if I'm going on vacation, you understand what I'm saying? And I know don't nobody do it, you know, like my brother. You understand what I'm saying? So let's talk about how important travel has been, you know, for you and for your family, and, you know, tie that into balance and self-care.
Yeah. So travel has been extremely important to me in my life. Like when I was a little kid, I said I always want to go overseas. Like, you know, my thing, I really want to go to Italy, Mexico, you know. I want to be in Europe. So the reason why I wanted to do it is because when I was younger, you know, you study in the books and you see how beautiful it looks and all these great things about these places. You want to see it, like, you want to touch it, you know. You want to be there and like look at these beautiful buildings and things like that, and you walk inside of them and see what they're actually all about and get a feel for it. I think it's so important to travel. And I started traveling at age 18. I was afforded the opportunity to go on a senior trip. I went to Cancun, acted a fool, but hey, I was 18. I went to Cancun and I said, you know what? I want to travel more and I want to do more things. So throughout life, I always made sure, even like I don't have the mansion and, you know, the luxury cars and all of that stuff, like that right there, that's just, you know, that hasn't been in my life like that, but I have been afforded, always made it a point for myself to push something to the side, to travel and reset. Because what happens in life, you can get overwhelmed with things, and then you just get caught up in a cycle, and then next thing you know, that you start spinning fast. So I always made it a point to reset and travel. And for me, that's why when I went to the military, they have you pick 3 places. I picked Italy, I picked Honduras, and I picked another way out place. But I just always wanted to do that, and the reason why it allows your mind to just let go and reset and process everything that you've been doing, because a lot of times, you know, you get caught up in a moment. And I watch my uncles and aunties and my mom. My mom, all she could think growing, work, and more work was the only thing that she thought about. It was like, I gotta work. I gotta take care of my kids. I gotta take care of my nieces and nephews. I gotta work. I gotta work. I gotta work. I gotta work. And so that work, it adds on to stress in your life. And so when you get that stress, it makes your insides unhealthy. And so when your insides are unhealthy, you hold on to things. And sometimes you may go to eating, you know, or to drugs. We still on? We still on? Blacked out for a second.
Yeah, we good. Yo.
So we still on? We good?
Yeah, we good.
Okay. Yeah. So when you get your body out of whack, you get unhealthy, and then your body ends up it starts to allow disease to come inside of it. Okay. And so that's why you got to balance yourself out and take everything in and let everything balance itself out. And for me personally, these last few years of my life, I made it, you know, a point that me and my kids travel with my wife. The reason why is because I know that we put a lot of stress on them. Schoolwork and sports, that's a lot. But they're little kids, so we expect them just to do this, do that, go to practice, do this, go do your homework. So me knowing that, when my kids were, I don't even remember the age, it's been clearly probably over 10 years or more. I made sure that they had an opportunity to reset, because I know my daughter, she was a dancer. So every day, every weekend, it was a dance competition, or it was a track meet, or it was football. So once we stopped making that the priority, we started making, you know, traveling, like things like that. We start doing that, because when you have a mindset like I gotta make it out the hood, or like I get it, but then you don't have no opportunity for like childhood and be able to see things, you know? So some people get so stuck, like I gotta make it, I gotta take care of my mom, I gotta do this. But no, you gotta relax too. And, you know, that's just the way I feel, you know? I feel that balance is everything, and that I want my kids, if it's them just living a cool, normal life and still being able to travel without having to stress and bite their nails off to you know, to make everybody happy when it comes to work, or being some multi-millionaire executive or something like that. I'd rather them live a regular life and be able to travel a couple of times a year, because I've been around a lot of people who have a lot of money, and it's not everything is caked up to be. Just, you know, being around and seeing, you know, like, I mean, it's a lot of stress, bro. It's a lot of stress for them people. And, you know, not all of them are able to, you know, wake up and smile every day like your boy. But I ain't got millions. Don't come rob me. I ain't got nothing.
Not yet. You're on the way for it.
Hey, they come, they come. I'd rather, hey, this is $1 million smile, though. I'll tell you that. I'd take $1 million smile over the $1 million stress any day. But I don't knock it till you stay on. But yeah, you gotta have balance, man. Gotta have balance.
All right. So as we wrap it up, give you a chance for any final remarks. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking forward to that Slim Body book you're gonna put out. You understand what I'm saying? That Slim Body documentary you're gonna put out.
Right,
because you shared some things in this interview that you probably don't even remember that you did just in the process. You see what I'm saying? Like going back through, like this is why these things are important to be able to share your story, because it causes you to go into a place within yourself, and the world need to hear what you have to say. You see what I'm saying? So, Sean T kind of beat you to the DVD. You know what I'm saying? I was hating on him a little bit. I was like, nah, my cousin shit, better than his.
Hey, don't
anyway.
Hey, we got some.
But I wasn't tripping. I was tripping in because you know how I am. You understand what I'm saying? So I was like, the hell.
Hey, that's not the first time I heard it, man. It's not the first time I heard it. It's all good. Big ups to Sean T. Let him do his thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Whatever that be. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to you. Shout out to that Sykes Dynasty. You see what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody who's listening. So before we go, final remarks and where people can find you and how they can get fit, how they can get they sexy body, they slim body, whatever the focus is, you know what I'm saying? And also social media and, whatever shout outs and acknowledgments. So, and anything
get that Sykes body, that Sykes pack.
Get that Sykes pack. Yeah.
First off, I just want to thank you, Knowledge. I appreciate you, man. I miss you, brother. It's always fun chopping it up with you. Thank you for everything. Thank you for the platform. This year, I actually when I get off right now, I got a meeting. I got a meeting with my brother and my brother-in-law, and we're gonna talk about some things. And we got some cool things that are coming in store. So everything's gonna come to fruition, and I'm thankful for every opportunity that I get. If it works out, it works out. But at the end of the day, I still got my base. I still got my foundation. So I always know where to come back to. The foundation is where it's at, and you all gotta plant seeds in other places. If they work, they work. If not, not. But I already know this 2021 is going to be a great year. I just hope everybody stays safe out there, stay smart. Wear your mask up. Stay safe, man. Keep your distance. Stay out of people's face. You know what I'm saying? But you can find me. I am active on Facebook as Slim Body Fitness. I'm active on Instagram at Slim Body Fitness 1, and I'm active on Twitter at Slim Body Fitness. I do have a Slim Body Fitness YouTube channel where you can do my 30-day challenge. It's up already. I got a 30-day ab challenge. I don't know how you missed it, Gilliard. How you missed it? My bad. my bad.
I gotta go in there and get my Sykes pack.
Yeah, you gotta go look up Slim Body Fitness 30-day challenge. Type that in, you'll see it and do it. I got something for you every day. Is modified. All right. So there, you just type in Slim Body Fitness. So mostly active on Instagram, my Instagram, and then I just recently got a TikTok, but I need my daughter or my son take over it because it's too much, man. You got to do all this stuff, man. They barely got me to get a new phone, man. They've been begging me to get a new phone. I'm cool, man. I'm old school. I'm chilling. Yeah, go ahead. Look up Slim Body Fitness 1. This is the original. There's no other Slim Body Fitnesses out there. So if anybody got something, you send it to me and let me know, and I'm gonna go ahead and get my lawyer on it. I got a lawyer now. But yeah, there's definitely, I appreciate the platform. You definitely jogged up some memories that I had in my head, man. But it's so much more that I got to share with the people, and it's gonna drop soon because some things y'all don't even know. Like it's some things that y'all not ready to know about that has helped me get to where I'm at right now. But I appreciate every moment in my life, and Knowledge know what I'm talking about. But hey, yeah. Thank you.
We're not having that. Not here.
I didn't.
We don't have that.
It's a time and place. Documentary.
Right. Documentary. Never coming out. That part. Cut out. It's in there, but you won't ever see it.
It's edited.
It's edited. Yeah. Shout out to Paloma. Shout out to Tommy. Shout out to Milan. You know, shout out to Dominique. Shout out to Vic. Shout out to Shay Main. Shout out to Delon, man. That's my fam. You know what I'm saying?
And my mama, Tommie Hodge.
Shout out to Mama. Shout out to Mama.
Tommie Sykes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It all started with them.
That's
I appreciate you, man.
Word, we out. I got another show in 1 minute.
All right, bro.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. Now we gonna tell them. Night in front. We tell them like this, yo. I'm an African. I'm a African. I'm an African. I'm a African. Yeah, y'all like that? So no more. This man's mind is open. I'm an African. I'm a African. I'm an African. I'm a. Let's get
And
back
that
to
motive
the
is best developed by recognizing the common enemy.